everybody, it's Josh here. We're back with another P3D version 4 video today. On the ground here at Manchester today, and the QualityWings speak today. That'd be nice. 787. This is the -9 variant in the TUI livery, and we're going to take it for a bit of a spin. Shorter than what 787s are undoubtedly used to, but we're doing a typical TUI flight, and this is a real-world flight that's operated in the 787 by TUI. So yeah, we're in Golf. Wait, what's the registration? Golf Tango Uniform India Juliet today, or Pixie Dust, as it plane is apparently called. I got this livery off of Avsim. For whatever reason, QualityWings don't have a TUI livery for the -9. For whatever reason that is, I'm not 100% sure. I'll be completely honest. What the fuck is that guy doing? Okay, apparently the wrong door is open. So let's fix that. Lol. So yeah, for the life of me, I don't know why QualityWings don't have a TUI livery for the -9, but I got this off of Avsim anyway. So today's flight involves the Canary Islands, and more specifically TUI Flight 2754, or TOM89X from Manchester across down to Lanzarote Arrecife Airport down in the Canary Islands, just off the coast of Africa. If you are not one of these people that are good at geography and don't know where the Canary Islands are, just off of the west coast of Africa. So it's all good. We're going to take a flight down to there today. We've got a flight time of 3 hours 54 minutes today, a total block time of 4 hours 22 minutes. So relatively shorter than what the Canary Island flights usually are. I can only assume that they've got some fairly nice winds going on. Some fairly nice winds going out that way today, but I'm sure we'll find that out along the way. We're cruising off flight level 400 straight off the bat today. We're actually stepping as high as 410 today, which is pretty impressive stuff. We're taking 240 passengers with us on board today. We've got a payload of 25 tons. We've got a zero fuel weight of 155.6 tons, and we're taking 25 tons of fuel with us for today's flight as well. So it's it's relatively simple. It's nothing that's gonna kill us. It's just straight out across. Well, let's have a look at the map. It's straight out of Manchester, routing across Wales out towards Land's End for whatever reason. Today we're routing out towards Land's End. Then it's across just to the west of Paris, and to the west of Paris, to the west of France. Straight down the coast. Well, I say sort of. Coast, sort of, flying over Portugal to the east of Lisbon, and to the west of Casablanca and Morocco, and then it's down into Lanzarote. We've got Palma today as our alternate as well. It's apparently raining as well. In case you're not aware, there is some pretty MLG weather across in the UK at the moment. It's very, very windy. Indeed, I've been out today before recording this video, and it is very, very blustery out there. We're predicting 90-mile-an-hour winds in across up in Scotland. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go and do that at some point. It seems like it'd be quite fun to do. In terms of ATC today, we do actually have Manchester Ground online, so we'll obviously be getting our clearance off of him as well. So that's kept you talking. That's kept that's kept you entertained for the last few minutes while I've actually filed the flight plan to VATSIM and connected and everything, and fired up ActiveSky. So that's great. I think what the best thing to do now though is to jump across over into the flight deck, and we shall get the wonderful 787 fired up and ready to go to Lanzarote. Alright, so in the 787, and I have to say, look at the rain effects! I didn't know the 787 had these rain effects, because one, I don't really read release notes and update notes, and 2, I don't read feature notes, and 3, I've never actually flown the 787 in the rain. So that I am genuinely impressed at. Get rid of that quickly and set that to hectopascals as well. We put that back to ND as well. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, I suppose, is tackle the overheads. So IRSs can come on. The APU can stay off for a minute. Flight deck door power can come on, and we'll cycle the emergency lights. So they're on as well. Window heaters can come on. The hydraulics can stay as they are. Landing lights are all off. That's where they need to be. Fuel pumps as well can stay off. It is raining. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to whack the logo light on. All the other lights can stay as they are there, and we can fire up the left and right packs as well, which completes what we need on the overheads, I suppose. So, what we're going to do is come straight across to the MCDU, go to ident, check that's all correct, which it is, and then we go over to position initialization. I can whack in Manchester. Now, to my knowledge, they have not modelled the gate numbers, so I'm not going to even bother with that. Could also whack in the inertial position as well, and then head over to the route. So over to on Manchester, across to Lanzarote, which is Golf Charlie Romeo Romeo. Go in there. Runway 23 right, I'd imagine, is in use today. That will always get that off of ATC, but I'd imagine that's what it's going to be today. And our flight number is TOM89X, which can go in there as well. Fantastic. Depart 23 right, Cookson 1 Romeo is what we're taking, and we can activate and execute all of that. Now, we do actually need to put the route in manually today. I haven't got a company or anything like that, so we'll be doing all of this manually. So Upper Papa 17 is what we're going to take, and we're going to take that as far as Nokin, N-O-K-I-N. And from Nokin, it is the Upper November 862. Upper November 862. And we're going to be taking that one as far as Carno. A-A-R-N-O. Go in there. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get some boarding sorted out here whilst we sort that out as well. And it's the Upper Tango 7 to Azrax, I think. Yeah, to Azrax. Azrax goes in there. Then from Azrax, it is the Upper Tango 7 again. And that is as far as Land's End. LND goes as far as Land's End. That's Land's End. Okay, nice one. And from Land's End, it's then direct to Lasno, apparently. Direct to Lasno. Then from Lasno, it is the Tango 9 to Begas. Begas, not Big Ass. That is not correct. Then it's direct to Pinnock. To Pinnock. And then from Pinnock, it's direct to Takav. Takav, that goes in there. Route not found in database. Oh, wait. Put in the wrong fucking one. Takav, and then Edod, or Vedod. And then from Vedod, it's the Upper November 857. The Upper November 857. November 857, and that is as far as Turto. T-E-R-T-O. And then it's the arrival into Lanzarote. So we can execute all of that as well. We can just check that, because I know the other day when I tried to do this, it went a little bit weird. I'm just going to check this quick. But yeah, see, I don't know what this loop is all about that it's trying to do. Like, it's really weird. is it going to do what I think it's going to do? Riz Locarno, nothing. Atarax, Land's End. No, it's not. It's actually behaving itself today. Perfect. So all we need to do, really, is fix this departure. I'm really not sure what's going on, unless it's in the chart, but I'm fairly sure... No, it's not. On Romeo... Right, no, it's just straight up. So, if we... do that... I'm gonna guess that works. Yeah, there we go. That works. Perfect. We can put that there. And we can actually bring that all the way in for the taxi as well. Perfect. Alright, so let's do some performance stuff now while we're here. Go across over to here. Go to dispatch first, actually, and load all the fuel and payload, which is always a good start. So 25 tons of fuel. That's way more than we need. That'll do. And then cargo. So 25 tons, wasn't it? So take that up there. There. Up there. 82 total weight. A little bit less then. That'll do there. Perfect. So that's all the fuel and whatnot set. So now we can do the performance. So Manchester, 2-3 right. Conditions are wet actually, aren't they? That's my bad. Can copy FMC data. Thrust rating optimum, flaps 5. And that gives us V1132, VR140 and V2 of 149. So we can send that to the FMC now. We can accept all of that as well. Perfect. So all then what we need to do is the performance side of stuff, and our reserves, which are for today 35.1. Reserves 400 and a cost index of 15, I think, to EUs. I'm sure it's 15 they use. So we can whack that in there. And that then brings the FMC pre-flight to the stage of completion. So, what I'm going to do now is I suppose we can call for clearance. Let's have a look here quickly. So we'll call for clearance. 121850. 850. Going to there. 91. Easy. So, let's call for our clearance. I don't remember what stand we're on. I don't even know what stand we're on anymore. Stand 206. Manchester ground's good. Afternoon. TomJet89X ray. Stand 206 787-9 with no weather information. Clearance to Lanzarote, please.
TomJet89 X-ray, clear for Lanzarote via the Copson 1 runway departure, runway 23 right, squawk 7364, QNH is 1004.
Perfect. Okay, cleared Lanzarote, Cookson 1 Romeo departure, runway 23 right, squawk 7364 and the QNH 1004, TomJet89 X-ray.
TomJet89 X-ray, read back correct, report when ready.
Okay, and X-ray. Perfect. Alright, so that's all the clearance, exactly what we were predicted, so we can just whack that in there as well. That's precisely what we were expecting. I'm just going to pre-tune 1228 ready for when we get down to the taxiway, the runway as well. Alright, so APU can come on now, and we can pressurize all the fuel pumps. No fuel in the center, at least there shouldn't be. There is not. Perfect. Auto brake to RTO. Bring the first officer's ND down in the taxi as well. And over here we can go on the VSD and traffic data and the VORs. And then over here we can go terrain, VSD as well, traffic data and the VOR needles on there as well. Perfect. So I'm also going to ditch that, ditch the flight bag. We don't need that anymore. And then we can just do the MCP and we'll be ready to go. So 149 is what go into there, in theory, please. And 232 as well, which is runway heading for Manchester. 232, and I'm also going to put the bank limit to max. And 5,000 feet is the initial climb on the Cookson 1 Romeo. So we go left flight director, right flight director, auto throttles, LNAV, VNAV, and the job is a good one. And they'll arm themselves in a minute. So, checklist. Oxygen tested, flight instruments, heading 048 and altimeter 1004 indicating 260 feet. Parking brake and all of that is done there. Perfect. We can put that to take off page as well. Fantastic. Job is an absolute good. So APU is on. So we can disconnect the external power now. And boarding's almost complete now, so I'm also going to close the doors, or the passenger doors, and we're going to ditch the jetway now as well. Please, there we are. Perfect. It's a good flight. I like the 787. It's a nice plane. It really is. I wish it works on the systems a little bit more, but it really is a very nice plane, and I have to say the engine sounds, the Gen X engine sounds, are fantastic. There's been this long-term debate, isn't there, of Rolls-Royce versus General Electric. I myself personally am a massive General Electric fan. I love GE engines. I think they're fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. I'm interested to see Rolls-Royce versus General Electric. What do you think? What do you think are best? Or do you think neither, and think Pratt and Whitney are the way to go? Got to be honest, they make some nice engines. I mean, you've got CFM and IAE as well, but you know, that could get drawn into a massive debate. All I want to know is Rolls-Royce or General Electric. Out of the two, which would you choose? Because for me, General Electric is absolutely the way to go. Right, so the jetway has done one. The baggage is all loaded up now, so I'll press the right buttons and we can start closing these cargo doors now.
Baggage handling is complete and the aircraft is clear, sir.
Fantastic. So all the exits are closing now. Should actually probably put some cabin lighting on as well, shouldn't we? Let's put some nice light blue. Actually, no, we'll just go white because it's daytime. I don't know why she's doing the fucking safety briefing now. Alright, before start checklist, the flight deck door is closed and locked to my knowledge. It is. Passenger signs are on. We have MCP set, V2 of 149, heading 232 and altitude of 5,000 feet. Takeoff speeds V1 132, V rotate 140, V2 149. CDU pre-flight is completed, our trim is set, all the zeros. The taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed and the beacon light can now come on as well, as we are ready to go. And this leaves the before taxi checklist, which we are not yet ready for. So, push back at departure, nose, actually, it's going to be nose right, isn't it? Yes, it will be nose right. Where else would it be? It's ridiculous. No. Alright, so, unless ATC has other ideas today, it should be a simple quest, looking at my chart. We're pushing back onto Delta, so it should just be straight down Delta, then picking up Kilo, Juliet, Juliet 1, 2, 3 right. He may get us to slip down Lima and then join Delta again, but I wouldn't see much logic in that. It should just be straight down Delta, Kilo,
Good day, sir.
Juliet.
Just waiting for some open traffic
in theory.
Be pushing back in a couple of minutes. Parking brake on, please.
The parking brake is already set, as for some reason they don't have ground chocks. I don't really know what that is. So let's call our push clearance. TOM89X X-ray, stand 206, request push and start.
Lock in the gear.
TOM89X-ray, stand 206, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, facing to the south. It's TOM89X X-ray. I was going to say Speedbird then, and I have no idea as to why.
Tuck is in position, bypass pin is inserted. Apron's now clear, ready to push. Now release parking brakes, please.
Okay.
Clear
That's the
behind,
parking brake
ready to
released.
push. Engine's clear, start at your discretion.
Lovely. Let's push it back from the stand.
Go ahead for cockpit.
Cleared to start engines.
Roger. Clear to start engines. Start both engines.
Alright, so clearance to start both the engines, so we can,
Okay,
all you do,
starting engines.
whack them across to start, fuel straight in. Okay, so that's both the engines started. I actually forgot to pressurize the hydraulics. That's not good. Good memes. Alright. Now, I don't know all that much about 787s. I'm fairly sure the engines take a little longer than that to fire up. But, whatever. It's, you know, minor details. The great thing is that the 787 is you can start both the engines at the same time. I haven't just gone, you know, bang, bang, whack the engines on and off we go. You can actually, and they do in real life, start both engines at the same time because the bleed system, unlike on your standard conventional jetliner, the bleed system on the 787, to my understanding, is electronic. So it doesn't actually use any bleed air from the packs, or as much, or something like that. So because it's all electronic, it has the ability to start both the engines at the same time. I think personally it's absolutely fantastic. Because, you know, it means we've both engines fired up, ready to go before we've even finished the pushback.
Push now complete, set parking brakes please.
So that's the parking brake set. Those engines really do look beautiful though. Like, so nice. And I'm slightly sad because it stops raining. Which is a bit weird. Oh, it just stops raining. Nice one, ActiveSky. Alright, so we...
Unlocking the gear.
I was about to say we can do the before taxi checks, we need to wait a little bit longer. What we can do is actually ditch the APU now.
Tank disconnected and clear, bypass pin is removed.
And we can turn the taxi and the turn-off lights on, like that. And then we can do the before taxi checklist. So, anti-ice is not required. Recall is checked, it's just the TCAS, which is fine. Auto brake is set to RTO. Flight controls, we have full left, full right, full up, and full down, and then rudder's full left, and rudder is
Left is
full
clear,
right as
right
well.
is clear. Disconnecting now, have a good flight. Bye-bye.
Just make sure it all works there, which it is. Beautiful. So flight controls are checked, and then the ground equipment is clear, and it started raining again. So we can put the wipers on low. That is pretty cool. There's just going to be the before takeoff checks, which we can do in a minute. So we need 4 units of trim, which we already have, and also flaps 5, which we also now have. And TOM89X X-ray request taxi. So we can get this fired up, ready to go.
TOM89 X-ray, taxi holding fine at Juliet 1, correction, at Juliet 1, runway 23 right, via Delta, Kilo and Juliet.
Okay, Delta, Kilo, Juliet, Juliet 123 right, Tomjet 89X right. Fantastic. And Avast has just brought a pop-up saying, new updates for your programs are available. I am good, thanks. How quiet it is, though. It's so nice. I really do want to go on a 787 one day. We've got to tick off 777s and 747s before we can tick off 787s. And I've done none of them yet. I will next year, though. And I think I've said it in a previous video before. I'm going off to America next year for a holiday. And the way it's booked is that I've got a 777 heading out to America. And I've got a 747 heading back. So, happy days, really. Perfect. Now, the taxi system at Manchester is a little bit weird, I'll be honest. I think I've explained this when I did my last video. I think it was the Manchester to... where was it now? Madeira, I think we went, didn't we? I'm sure it was Madeira we went. And I explained the fact that Manchester's taxiing, or taxiways, are a little bit odd. I've said this on stream as well. It's just like, this is all Delta. Like, all where we're down at the moment, this is all Delta. It makes no sense. But, whatever. Can't argue. I've got to say, though, look at this rain. I think this is TFDI stuff, isn't it? I think. I could be wrong about that. I mean, honest, I don't know. I really didn't even know the QualityWings had this like rain effect. So I'm impressed as it is. I'm also impressed at the fact we've just taken a turn at 20 knots. And not ended up in the grass. Okay, so we can do the before takeoff checklist, which is just the flaps, and that is completed. So before takeoff checklist is complete.
Tomjet 89 X-ray confirm mode to the sea.
Yeah, we'll be squawking mode 2 when we reach the runway 89 X-ray.
Roger.
Mode C, nice one. The UK, you only need to squawk Charlie when you're actually at the runway, to my knowledge. I could be wrong about that, but whatever. Alright, so we can now actually turn the TCAS on. Not going to turn the weather radar on because I've been watching it crash for a lot of people. The CTDs that, I mean, you remember when the QualityWings was released, the weather radar was causing a lot of CTDs. For some reason...
89 X-ray, no further ATC, Muncie, Unicom 122.8, have a good flight, good afternoon.
Over to Unicom 122.8, Tomjet 89 X-ray, thanks, bye. Yeah, in 4.3, for some reason, a lot of the CTDs on the 7.8 have come back with the weather radar. I don't know what the reason for that is, but hopefully they're going to fix that. Alright, so we can see the approach path is clear, so the lights can come on. We can also switch over to Unicom, and then keep it on the taxiway would be nice. We can also turn the strobes on, the taxi light off. And call it a job well done. And also turn these to high.
Runway verified.
Should we encounter some more rain? So we can bring it in now. About 50% power's fine. Start the clock as well, actually. Even though it's automated, you apparently set this clock as well. Alright. Toga, check thrust.
80 knots.
There's 80 knots at an impressive rate, and there's 100.9% N1's power set. P1. Rotate.
P2.
Honestly, what a fabulously quick aircraft.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Gear up. And we've got one MLG climb profile. Just move that onto there so I can see a little bit more. There's one impressive climb profile. Look at that. Look at that! That is getting a screenshot off of me. I'm putting the autopilot straight on now. I just want to watch outside. Okay, flaps one. Look at the shadow on the ground. Holy shit. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Alright, we've got to reset MCP. What is it doing? God damn it, 787. Flaps can come up now. 400 is set. You can clear out all the out restrictions as well. We can also fix whatever the hell is going on here. So we'll go direct to here, I guess.
After takeoff checklist.
And we can go back into LNAV. The after takeoff checklist is as follows. The landing gear, which is up, and the flaps up, which is the after takeoff checklist complete. Turn all the lights off now as well. We are not needing them anymore. Logo lights off as well. Fantastic. And the wipers as well need to come off as well. Perfect. Standard pressure, and then the job is a fantastically good un. Alright, here goes nearly 4 hours over to Lanzarote. Speak to you in a bit. Alright, everybody. It is that time. Well, it's almost that time when what goes up must indeed come back down again. Just sync up the heading there. And it's time to plan the arrival in. So that's exactly what we are going to do right now. So, over to depart and arrive. Over to arrive now. Let's have a look. According to ActiveSky today, the winds are favouring runway 03 for landing. So, we'll use ILS now, Yankee or Zulu. That is the question. What the hell is that? ILS Zulu. Is ILS Yankee? So let's have a look here. So that's I mean, yeah, we'll use ILS Zulu. That makes the most sense. So ILS Zulu runway 03. The Turto 7 Papa arrival today, and we'll be transitioning it at. Let's have a look, see where it comes in at. Where's that? That's Bapple, so that's there. There's Gargo. So we're coming in on that side. Yeah, so Bapple, so we'll be transitioning it at Gulf. Actually, no, we can transition at Bapple, can't we? And that's where it ends. So yeah, we'll transition at Bapple, and we'll execute that in there. So we'll just make sure that all meets up, which it indeed does. Come over to the fixed plane here. Golf Charlie Romeo Romeo. In case you hadn't figured that out yet. 4 miles at 10 miles. And at 15 miles as well, that can go in there. Over to Navrad, the ILS for us is 109.1. 109.1, and it's 031 degrees is the final approach track, so that can go in there as well. What else can we do? We can set the altimeter, or sorry, the altimeter on standby of 1018. I can go there. And we can also set the minimums, which for today are, for a Cat C aircraft, 459 feet. We'll do 460 there, and that gets set in there as well, like so. Perfect. I don't think there's much else. We're at flight level 410. We stepped as planned. We've got, let's see here. What's that? Just sort of 300, or coming up to 315 miles for top of descent. Oh, there you go. 298. It's a little bit out on the VSD. 298 miles, which gives us 1753. So just over 30 minutes. About. So going to be 36. 39, 40 minutes until we start our descent. Weather is pretty good. It's 25. It's partly cloudy. It's a 9-knot wind from 80 degrees, so that's a little bit of a crosswind, but whatever. 1018, and visibility is pretty good. It's a bit of cloud at 3k. Other than that, we all good. See, 2 hours 42 total time on the clock, 163 minutes. You'll remember that when we were planning, I said that the flight time was a little bit reduced from what it usually is, and I thought we had some nice tailwinds. Turns out we really hadn't, and the headwinds have been unbelievable. At one point we were hitting sort of 75, 80 knot headwinds, and we were down at sort of 406 ground speed. It sort of cooled down, really. It's sort of calmed down now. We're at 410 since we've stepped up. It's gone down to about 30 knots. You see we've picked up a little bit of time, but whatever. It is what it is. According to Project Fly, we should be on the ground in about 58 minutes in total, which that sounds sounds about right. No ATC, as far as I know. If we have a look quickly, no ATC, and there's an Air Berlin A321 who's due about 10 minutes ahead of us. So we may see him on the ground, we may not. It depends how quickly he slows, or how much he slows down on the finals, or how much he hangs around, and how quick we get down as well. Other than that, there's nothing else. And the next one is an Easies, who is about 45 minutes behind from where we are. Came in from Liverpool. Behind that is an Austrian who's come in from Vienna way late, about 8:30 local time. But yeah, so I'll speak to you as per usual when we're down at about 8k. So yeah, in a bit for now. Alrighty then, we are in the, well, we're well into the descent, just passing 9,000 feet now on the Turto 7 Papa into Lanzarote. I don't know if you can see Lanzarote off over in the distance. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Over there. You should. You can't quite see it yet. We'll be visual with it very relatively soon. Turto 7 Papa, as I have already said numerous times. We can actually continue this down very quickly. See, what do we establish on? Let's have a look. 2,300. I guess 2,300 feet. So, no, plus. There we go. 2,300 feet. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's what it's going to be for that. We're going to start descending down to that now. I've been to Lanzarote, actually, IRL, and this was the exact approach that I did. I did this approach in a 757. I did it with Thomas Cook, in a Thomas Cook 757. It was quite fun, actually. It's quite nice. Using auto brake 3 today. If you come and have a look here at the EFB, you can see here that we don't, and there's not actually enough runway for auto brakes 1 and 2, which is it's pretty impressive stuff. So auto brake 3 is what we're going to be using. And I'd imagine quite a considerable amount of reverse because there's not a lot of margin, so there is that. The traffic that I said earlier, that A321 that was due in is slightly ahead. He's around somewhere. I can't quite see where at the moment. It's a beautiful evening down in Lanzarote though. Jesus. A little bit windy, but it's going to be. Lanzarote's quite a windy place. Actually, I've got speed brake out. I don't know why. It's because I was had to use some speed brake earlier. If you ever want to go, if you've ever considered going to Lanzarote, then you should do it. It's such a beautiful place. I went all over the island. Stayed in a hotel about, I don't know, 40-minute drive from the airport. So we don't fly over it or anything, but you know, it's a very volcanic island. It has 101 volcanoes on Lanzarote. Only one is actually now active, or yeah, well, active dormant. It's active, but it's not like spewing shit out. All the rest are like dead, so to speak. They're finished. But I've been on that volcano. It's amazing, and the stuff they've got out there, like you can walk down to like near the beaches, and you'll see like crusted lava from like the last eruptions, and how it's shaped the island and the sand. There's a lot of old rumours that go around. I mean, your parents have probably told you this at some point. If whatever, you've probably heard this at some point in your life. But there's that old rumour that the sand on the Canary Islands is black because of the volcanoes. I can confirm that is actually true. It is a true story, or a true fact, sorry. The sand is legit black on the islands. It's so impressive. It's one of the best places I've ever been, despite me getting norovirus, which was that was slightly less fun. And that's for another day. And get some speed brake out here, I think. Try to get this plane down. It's not easy. We have the ILS. We are approximately, well, I see, we're 20 miles away from the ILS, from the field at the moment. Just up that range a little bit, so we can see a bit more. We're actually just up on transition altitude now, so 1018 is the QNH at the moment, I believe. It certainly is. Nice. We're using the MK Studios Lanzarote today. Such a nice bit of scenery. It does it very well. Very nice scenery that MK make, I have to say. Okay, so once we level out, I'm going to take this into heading select. Seems to be about right. So we'll take it out, 292, and we can also, let's see here, direct Golfy, I think is probably the best bet. Can we do, can we? Can't do like an intercept. Okay, we can put the intercept course in. That's fine. So we'll start slowing down now. So we'll come out with flaps 1 right now, and we'll intervent the speed as well for flaps 1. IMC at the moment, a bit cloudy. To be expected though. It can get pretty cloudy in Lanzarote, to be honest. Alright, so let's just bring that 5 to the right, 297 should be fine. Should give us, yeah, that'll work. That'll give us roughly what we need. Coming below that cloud. Absolutely fantastic. Now, let me get my bearings. The island to the left of us, I think that's Tenerife. Could be wrong. I think that's Tenerife. And then I think, yeah, because this is Lanzarote off to our right, as you can see. I think the island off to the left is Tenerife, because I think then slightly above is Gran Canaria, and then to the right, so to speak, of Lanzarote is then anyways, it's Lanzarote, Tenerife, Las Palmas. Shit, what's the other one? Fuerteventura. I think off to the right, to the east is Fuerteventura. Alright, we'll take flaps 5 now. It's remembering geography here. It's not good.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, so approach checklist is the altimeters, which is complete, and then that gives us the landing checklist, which we are not quite ready to take.
Ensure all portable electronic devices are turned off, and stow all carry-on items. Additionally, footrest and video monitors must be returned to their original
Okay, so we can
position.
continue out with flaps 10 at this point. And well, actually, it's the same speed, isn't it? Flap 5 and flap 10 has the same VREF speed, doesn't it? Alright, so we shall turn on localizer. You can see the airfield is visual now. It's rather nice. Okay, we'll come at flaps 15 now. Bring the speed all the way back to that, which is going to be for there. 161 will do. Nice wing view there. Holy shit, that looks nice. We can also bring the speed brake back in and arm that now. Should get the localizer any second. We'll just turn it to sort of... Oh, please. Okay, so we have the localizer and we can take approach mode now. And we can go gear down, flaps 20. Gone through the localizer a little bit, but whatever. Oh, shut up. Alright, so this is bad memes, because we have now gone massively through the localizer. I think it might just be... It's just going to be a case of flying this visual, which we're going to do. Alright, automatics can come out. Who the f... Honest. Why do people feel the need to message me? Alright, so, what was our... Shit, what was our approach speed? It was... oh my god, please, go away. Why am I beeping now?
2500.
Okay, well this is bad memes. Okay, we'll just approach like 148 or something. No, yeah, 148, right? It was 140, wasn't it? So, 148, please! There we go. And we can just, well, I think we can just pretty much bring the rest of the flaps out now, can't we? Yeah. Easy. So the localizer is in, the glide is in, we are perfect. This has turned into a nice visual approach, it would seem. The approach to 03 is fantastic, it really is. A bit of downward trim. There we are. That's a bit better. Losing a lot of altitude there. That's a bit weird. That's better. That's fixed it. Ooh. Bit of wind.
Landing checklist.
The landing checklist is going to be, well, complete actually. Perfect. Fantastic news. That trim back down again. Can't seem to get the trim right in this today. It's either too much or too little. That looks nice though. This is exactly what I saw. You coming over the water and then all of a sudden just bam, like it's literally you're looking out the window and it's just water, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like airport touchdown. Like it's like, oh, there's the terminal and the wheels are on the ground. Fantastic. And we briefly made one pappy back there. Bring this nose up. What is going on with this thing? Like literally, if I pitch the nose up a bit too high, it balloons. If I pitch the nose a little too far down, it falls to the ocean. Nice flight dynamics.
Approaching minimums. 500 minimums.
Continue. We are stable. A bit of a wing component here.
400. 300.
This is a nice crosswind landing. I'm liking this very much.
200. 100.
Look at the barrier.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Bit of a flare. Oh, ho, ho! What a touchdown that was! Okay, reverses. $70, 60 knots, reverses out. We can take a manual braking now as well. That was an absolutely fantastic landing. Thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Spree brakes have disarmed themselves. Very nice. Can also stop that clock there. 2:39 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing
Very
for the
nice.
next few minutes.
Bring all the
So
flaps
please
in now.
sit with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten
And
seatbelt sign.
landing lights.
At that time, please
Taxi
remember
light,
to check around the
strobe
seat
light,
area in the
and
seat pockets
APU.
and
It is an
overhead
incredibly
bins for
short
all
taxi.
personal belongings that you brought on board. Please take care when opening the overhead bins, as the contents
Flight
may
directives
shift
can come
during
out as
flight.
well, and the TCAS can come off. Alright, I had a look on flight radar earlier today, and apparently TUI park on these remote stands here, so we're going to go and check those out. We'll literally just go for the first one I see. Auto brake off. Turn off the taxi can come off now as well. And we'll go for stand 13 Alpha. That'll do. This is apparently where TUI park. This is roughly where they apparently parked when they last did this flight IRL. See that air Berlin over there? There's the guy in front of us. Where do we stop? There, I guess. I don't get the taxi markings on here. I don't understand their parking. Anyway. Engines to cut off. Fuel pumps off. Beacon light off. Hydraulics. And everything else is good as it is. So we can get some deboarding. Choose Air Europa, whatever. Me not care today. Fantastic. What was the landing rate on that? Let's have a look. The landing rate of that was -103. I think that's about the best landing I've had in the QualityWings. So that was nice. Open the doors. 4 as well. And external power can come in. Turn on. And that means we can ditch the APU as well. Fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed that flight. It was a nice flight. Good timing. Complete the flight on Project Flui with a block time of 4 hours and 35 minutes. So a little bit late, but whatever. It is what it is. That is it from me for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in as always and putting up with my voice. Not really much else to say from myself. From Pixie Dust. Great name for a plane. It's fantastic. Thank you very much for watching, and small planet. LOL. Bye-bye for now.